I'm a big fan of PR. So far in the past 30 days, we've had at least one nice article in the Houston Chronicle. On top of that, we've had at least 2 more just mentions in various other articles in the Chronicle. We've been on the nightly news on 4 different TV stations in Houston. If anybody was flying around in Spirit Magazine, Southwest Magazine in September, they had a little profile on me. I wanted to buy a ticket and fly around on Southwest and just pull the paper out and go, oh, look, an article on me. How about that? There can potentially be downsides to TV news. This Monday, Fox News came out, the local Fox News affiliate came out and shot a real nice piece on us, and it was about, down economy, a growing local business, isn't this wonderful? So I got all excited and I sat down and the news came on, I turned it on. The lead-in story was, MAD is laying off 20% of its workforce because of reduced funding. I'm going, no, please don't let us be the second story. But St. Arnold's doing great selling beer. Fortunately, there were a few stories in between ours and theirs. Another great marketing tool that we've discovered, I'll put it into the category of technology. And it is amazing as a small business on a limited budget, the changes to technology over the last 15 years, what that's meant for us. It was really pretty serendipitous for us that we started in 1994, right around when email was moving from just being something that big companies had for communicating within the corporation to a method of communication between individuals. If you look at all the different forms of communicating, my favorite, you've got internet, mobile devices. Email is still my favorite. It's proactive. It's a way for you to go out to people. They don't have to come to you. They really don't have to do anything to get the message. And email is something that people check multiple times each day. You don't have to count on somebody going to Facebook, even though most people, when they're supposed to be working, are probably updating their Facebook page. And direct communications like this, especially when it's like a newsletter, it creates a sense of community because people have to sign up for it. We don't go out, we don't harvest emails from anybody. You have to actively go and sign up for our email newsletter. I actually write all of our newsletters because I think that that these newsletters are a great way for us to communicate the personality of our company. And I think consistency of the personality is a very important message to get out to people. Corporate culture, something that I think has to start at the top of the company and come down. You can't be the president of your company and dictate that we're going to be a fun-loving, happy place, and then you go around and yell at everybody all day. But let me just give you a real quick sort of summary of how email revolutionized our business and how we use it. And when we very first opened in 1994, our very first promotion, we did a little kickoff party at the Ginger Man here in town. It's a local little beer bar. And we had to send out invitations. So what that meant was first we had to collect everybody's address. Then we had to enter them all into the computer. We had to print out labels. We had to design an invitation. We had to send it off to the printers, get it printed up, get it back, take those labels that we printed out with everybody's address, stick them onto the postcards, put postage on all the postcards, and mail it. It was pretty expensive, very labor and time consuming, and then you get all these postcards back because you had the wrong address on a bunch of them. With email, all I have to do now is write up a quick little blurb, hit send. In less than 2 hours, I can reach everybody. And there's no cost other than my own time. I mean, the difference, the flexibility, the speed, and the cost savings, plus the effectiveness of it is truly revolutionary, I think. From the start of our company, we were very diligent about getting people to sign up for our newsletter. Every time we would go out for any kind of event, I'd bring a clipboard along and get people to sign up. The other great thing about it, you wouldn't know this, but I'm actually kind of an introvert, is that having a clipboard and going to people and asking them to sign up is a great conversation starter. It's a great way for you to go and talk to people. On our tours, we would always have clipboards out, and we'd get people to sign up for our newsletter there. And starting that very early on was critical. Within a few years, we had 2,000 addresses on our list, which in 1999 is hard to believe, but having 2,000 people on your email list was seen as huge. Today, we have over 25,000 people on our email list, and it keeps growing by about 100 people a week, it seems like. Plus we have some other regional lists. We've got about 30,000 people total on all of our email lists. Our first use of email was to announce pint nights at area bars. And this kind of use of email in the 1990s was really unheard of. The results were amazing. I'd show up at a bar to do a promotion, and there'd already be a line of people waiting to get their St. Arnold pint glass. Pint glasses are our favorite things. They cost us $1, and people treat them like gold. And I think you probably open anybody's cabinet in Houston, and you'll see a St. Arnold pint glass. That's the other nice thing. People keep pint glasses, and they keep using them and drinking from them. You give them the little trinket, the bottle opener. Who knows where those things go? These events were so successful that I remember many times early on having to write apologetic emails to people afterwards for sorry we ran out of pint glasses. I also quickly learned to we're bringing a large but limited supply of pint glasses. I also remember having to run back to the bar or to the brewery in the middle of these events to go get some extra kegs to bring back, which meant that the bars were very happy because they were selling lots of beer. And I would get the comments back from the bars about how nobody else did events like we did them. So we started to realize that the power of events was quite strong, and although you did need to make sure that you executed them well. Some of the things we did early on were probably pushing some of the TABC laws a bit. TABC, the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission, has a very Byzantine code, and pretty much anything that you do is illegal. Technically, when I call a restaurant that serves our beer and make dinner reservations for my wife and I, that is illegal. Fortunately, they don't enforce things to that level, and they've actually become much more business friendly the last few years. But early on, our list was small. We kind of flew under the radar, but as it started to grow, we realized we needed to kind of read the code a little bit closer and make sure that that we were conforming to the letter of the law. By the way, I have to apologize. I have allergies. I do not have swine flu, so. And out of this, our curious pub crawls were born. Well, it turns out we couldn't announce a specific location of an event, but we could list pretty much the location, the directions, pinpointed on a map almost, as long as we didn't name the bar. So we started doing these interesting pub crawls. And it came out of, in 1995, I decided to brew a new beer, our Christmas Ale. I was only making one batch. It was enough to make about 50 kegs. But my partner was convinced that how are we going to sell these 50 kegs of Christmas Ale? I told him anything we didn't sell I was going to drink, but we decided we better come up with some way to sell it. And so we invented the St. Arnold Christmas Ale Pub Crawl. We sent out an email saying we're going to be at the corner, start off at the corner of Morningside and University, and then we're going to walk a block and turn left and go west another block to this corner, and then after that we're going to go to this corner. And people loved it. It became kind of this scavenger hunt.